as far as the grand narrative on the war on terror was concerned, the issue was to mobilize the American and the Western public opinion beyond this big project to reshuffle the Middle East that the Bush administration had, and that did not only that was not only concerned with the tracking down of the Al-Qaeda people in Afghanistan, but which used this not as a pretext, it was a real threat, but as an opportunity to push a far wider agenda, which including the toppling of the Saddam Hussein regime, which in turn was a means to, on the one hand, make a sort of new deal for the Middle East, secure Israel, because a Shia Kurdish coalition in Baghdad would not have any significant contention with the Jewish state. B, that Iraqi oil would be back on the market, would ease the tensions of the market, and would deprive the Saudis, who were considered traitors because they had nurtured in their bosom 15 of the 19 hijackers of 9/11, would deprive the Saudis of their swing producer capacity, if you wish, and weaken significantly the House of Saud, if not terminate its power. And 3, would promote democracy in the Middle East. Now, a number of people were dubious about the means that were being used at the time, but this democracy promotion rang an interesting bell, and many people from the left and the right thought that this was something to do, that actually the reason why there was terrorism in the Middle East was that there was no pluralism, and that any opposition that wanted to express itself had to resort to violence. But this was, in a way, a tale that was too rosy to some extent, and the issue of democracy promotion, even though it was probably sincerely believed by those who promoted it, was in no way something that was achieved. And on the contrary, Iraq and the quagmire in Iraq proved to be the cemetery of the illusions of this grand narrative on the war on terror.